Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, then welcome back. I'm Marina and I just share all kinds of random stuff about hair, beauty, skincare, whatever I feel like talking to you about that day. That's what I'm sharing. So in today's video, I'm gonna do my everyday, like no makeup routine. This is the makeup routine that I do pretty much every day on just like a normal day. Sometimes I'll do a little more like in-depth, like full glam type look than this if I'm like filming an important video or like going on a date or something where I want to wear more makeup than this. But if I'm just like working, running errands, doing whatever, this is just going to be the very basic minimal makeup that I do like every single day. I have my little mic on because I'm filming with my window open and it's really loud outside, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay from the mic instead of hearing everything that's going on outside. Just living in New York things. I hate that I did that. Okay, so give me a second. I'm gonna wipe this makeup off and start fresh. So you guys know I will do literally anything for you. I recently tried the thing where you basically like shave off or pluck off the tails of your brows so that you can fill them in a more like lifted shape. So naturally my eyebrows from here would actually start curving down around my face a lot. And I noticed that a lot of the people whose brows I really like and who I feel like just look the most like snatched, I guess, their brows are really straight, like they go up like this, and I'm thinking, like the people that I think of when I talk about this are like Jess Hunt and Bryn on TikTok. I just really like how their brows are so like, you know? And also I'm gonna do my lash extensions right now so that you guys can also see that process. But when I have my lashes on, the way that my brows went down like to here and then my lashes go to like here, it looked so not right on my face sometimes. I'm gonna show you how I fill in the ends of my brows now, but I actually am so glad I did this and don't regret it at all. So if you want to try it, go ahead, maybe start with like shaving the tails or something instead of actually plucking them so that they'll grow back more quickly if you end up not liking it. But I did do it and I do quite like it. I'm not going to do that whole thing where I cleanse my face with like Glossy Milky Jelly cleanser and everything that I do every morning right now. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to show you the skincare products I'd go in after I wash my face with, just to show you kind of how I prep my skin for the look. So I always use this Timeless Vitamin C Serum. I have been using this for years and years and I just love it so much. I feel like it's really improved the texture and the brightness of my skin a lot. I used to have a lot of just like bumpy texture, especially like right here and all over my forehead and nose, that I just could not get rid of. And it wasn't like acne per se, but I think it was like those closed comedone, I think maybe is what it's called, but basically just little tiny bumps and like milia, is that the word? But after that, this is like a recent addition to my routine, but I've really been liking this Cicapair, I don't know how you say it, tiger grass serum from Dr. Jart. This one's just really calming and moisturizing, but I like to have my skin really hydrated and like dewy before I put this makeup on. So I'm just gonna go in with this. And I feel like it just gives me a really nice, plump, like sort of dewy finish. And it also helps calm some of my redness around here, I think. I have actually been loving the glazing milk from Rhode. I feel like this just gives my skin the perfect like sort of bouncy, tacky texture that makeup sticks to really well. If I'm going in with an actual foundation, I won't even put another moisturizer on top of this. I will use this basically as my like sort of primer. For this like no makeup look, and just because it's winter and my skin's been a little dry lately, I think I am gonna add another moisturizer on top, just because I feel like the whole foundation of this look is my skin looking really hydrated and plump. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the Dr. Jart moisturizer as well. I really like how this feels like it sinks into my skin pretty well and doesn't give me like pilling or any issues with sunscreen or anything I put on top of it. It just adds a nice like subtle layer of moisture, I feel like, to my skin. So I let that soak in a little bit so it just dries down a little, and then I use the e.l.f. Whoa Glow Sun Touchable sunscreen. I have actually been loving this stuff so much recently. I feel like this is kind of a dupe for like the Charlotte Tilbury like flawless filter thing, and e.l.f. has like an actual dupe for that too. but I like this so much more because this like really works like a primer for me, and I find it like less greasy. Those other ones like just do not sit on my skin well for some reason. I feel like they really like emphasize my pores and give me like a little too much shine almost, whereas this I feel like just dries down really nicely into that like flawless glowy look that I'm going for, and also it's a sunscreen. I'm gonna go in with my lash extensions now while I let all of that settle into my face. I usually try to do that full skincare routine at least like 10 or 15 minutes before I start putting makeup on top of it so that it has a chance to really soak in and like dry down. Okay, so this is my little, sorry if I was like crazy loud in the mic. This is my little lash kit. It's from Lilac Street. These are basically like semi-permanent lash extensions, and I'm gonna show you how I do them. If you're interested in buying these, I do have a link where you get 20% off, and I think if you buy through my link, then I also get 20% off, so we can both have 20% off. I'll put that in the description below. Okay, so the first thing that I do before I put the lashes on is use the conditioning primer. I think this basically just cleans your lashes and makes sure that there's no like oil or dirt or anything on them that's gonna prevent the lashes from sticking. And I just put like a few drops of this on a little cotton pad, and I just really gently try to clean my lashes. I go from the top, and I also try to go from underneath because the lash glue is like gonna be applied underneath, so that's where it really needs to stick. These are the lashes I'm gonna use today. These are their original lashes in the shade Espresso, which is basically like a dark brown, and I find that dark brown lashes just look so much more natural on me than black lashes because my hair and lashes and everything are actually dark brown. I get them in the 12 and the 14 millimeter, so basically I'll do 14s for like the whole center of my eye, and then I'll do a 12 at the end and a 12 in the middle, and I find that just makes them look the most natural. And I take the Pro Glue. I have it in black. I honestly kind of wish that I had gotten the clear because you can see the black glue when it dries down, and I get the brown lashes, so I feel like it just like looks a little weird. I basically just dab it on underneath my natural lashes. I try not to get it like too far up on the lashes and really focus it just on like the base of my lashes, sort of underneath like that. And I always try to get a little bit of extra on these like outer ones here, and also on my very inner corner, because these are the ones that always come off first for me for some reason. I'm just going to take a 12 millimeter, and I start on the outer corner, and I just like kind of tug it up under my lashes like that. And I'm gonna take another 12 right in here like that. And I just do the rest of my eye with 14s like here. I'm gonna do the rest in the mirror actually, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's one eye with all of them on. I take the Crystal Coat, which is just this like clear mascara type thing, and I actually put this on the little tweezers so that they don't stick to the lashes when I try to seal them, and I'll just try to like really coat this. Then I'll just go in and kind of clamp them down like this, and this is what really seals them on. I usually flip it and sort of go in like this. Okay, and then once I've clamped them, I'll actually apply this all over the underside of the lashes, just to seal them on. Basically like mascara, except instead of brushing it all the way up the whole thing, I'm kind of just dabbing it and smoothing it over the underside. This is like my most flattering angle ever. And I will also do that from the top. Okay, yeah, so that's one eye of lashes. You can see the difference is huge. I'm gonna do the other one and then I'll come back. Okay, so now I've got all the lashes on there, but you can see like I got some glue right here and right here because I have never applied any mascara like thing in my life without getting it all over my face. I just can't do it. So I'm actually gonna take a little bit of the oil like remover stuff that comes in the kit, and you wanna be so careful because this will like obviously remove the glue on the actual lashes, so I try not to get it anywhere near my upper lashes at all. Right here. And just to be extra safe, I'm gonna take the little cotton pad with the primer on it again and wipe anywhere where I used that oil remover, just because I really don't want it like removing any of my lashes. Here's what they look like up close. I love them so much. They don't look like natural, obviously, but for lash extensions, I feel like these are more of a natural look than a lot of extensions I've seen that are a lot like bulkier and thicker. But overall, I think they look really good. Okay, so now to get on with the actual makeup, I start with the Glossier Skin Tint. I use this in the shade G8 right now. In the summer, I use G7. And I just kind of draw some lines of this on my forehead and my cheeks, and then I'll do like a little swipe on my chin like that. I've been using this skin tint since like 2018 or 2019. I just love it so much because it looks so natural. Like it really just does look like your skin, but it does a great job of evening out your skin tone. This definitely does not have coverage. Like I wouldn't even consider this light coverage. It's just literally a skin tint. But it's so lightweight and like it feels really nice and clean on my skin. It doesn't feel like I have anything on really, which is nice for just like an everyday look. It doesn't look like there's anything on your skin really. Like I'll get closer so you can see, but it really doesn't look like there's anything on my skin. It just gives me a nice sort of evened out appearance. And I definitely think the best way to apply this is with your fingers. After that, I always use a bronzer. I've been using the Refi bronzer. I actually prefer the shade Sand, but I'm out of it right now, so this is the one in Tan. I'm just gonna tap like really gently a little bit on the ends of the stippling end of the brush. Stippling, I don't know. And then I'll just kind of tap that on, sort of like outlining the places where I'm gonna blend it out more. So like on the sides of my forehead, and then I'll put some on my nose. I'm gonna take a little more on the brush and tap it on like my cheekbone area, like where I would actually get a tan on my face. You can see my face is like naturally a bit darker there, and I kind of just follow those areas where my face actually is a bit tanned, I guess. And then I just really, really gently like blend it out. This bronzer blends out so easily, and it's worked on top of like every foundation I've ever tried it on. It's just the best formula ever. It's so nice and creamy. Sometimes I just do bronzer on like a normal day. Just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna use the blush too. So I like to use the Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk. I've also been using this since like 2018 or 2019 when I first discovered Glossier. But I'll just put a little bit on my hand, and this like a little bit goes a really long way. Like you do not need much of this at all. And I will also just kind of tap this on where I see my face has like a little bit of natural color already, if that makes sense, like here. And this also I prefer to apply with my fingers. I've tried it with a brush and it like works okay, but I feel like it just taps out so nicely and gives such like a dewy, more skin-like finish, I guess, when I use my fingers. And whatever's just left like on the back of my hand and on my fingers after I do that, I will just like run a little bit on my nose, and then I'll kind of tap it out at like the top of my forehead just to give it a more natural look, because I feel like it looks more obviously like blush when it's just only on your cheeks. But if there's kind of like a little flush of the color everywhere that there's also bronzer, I feel like it just looks like a more natural overall appearance. I don't know. I feel like my face is really not matching my neck in this lighting for some reason, but like in real life in my mirror it doesn't look that extreme. I don't know why it's picking up the skin tint as like so orange in this video, but I do usually try to blend it down my neck a little more anyway. I'm honestly not a huge concealer girl. A lot of times I'll just skip concealer, but if I do use any concealer, I like the Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is the shade C9. And I'll again just take a little bit on my finger and like put it on the back of my hand, and then I'll just take like a little on my finger like this and really like warm it up on my hand, so that I can apply it more like sheer. And I'll just tap a little bit right through here where I get that redness. I don't like to put it really far up in my under eye because it creases, and I feel like creasing is like a dead giveaway of makeup. So for the no makeup look, I just don't put anything in my under eyes. I just let them be kind of darker like that, and it's fine because that's what they actually look like. So, and then I'll do like a little bit here sometimes, and then again whatever's just left on my hand I'll kind of swipe off and just tap it on my chin. I forgot to mention this earlier, but sometimes instead of the skin tint, if my skin is feeling like extra dry, I actually have been using the Jones Road What the Foundation. It's a lot like the skin tint in terms of like the coverage level, except it's definitely more moisturizing. I have a whole video on Jones Road on my channel if you're interested in their products too. So here's how my skin is looking up close. I feel like it just really looks like skin, you know? Sometimes I'll put a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes just because personally I feel kind of weird with having like huge top lashes and then nothing on the bottom. Like it's a little too extreme of a difference for me. So this just makes me feel a little better. Like obviously nothing about lash extensions looks natural, but I feel like having something on the bottom too just makes it look a little bit more natural. Then for my brows, I don't have a brow pencil that I love right now, so this one is just from Amazon. I don't really want to recommend it because I actually don't like it that much, but imagine you had a better brow pencil that you do like. And I just brush my brows up like that. And then this is the part where I fill in the tail that I like removed. Just sort of try to follow the shape of this part of my lashes. The only difference is instead my natural, or of my brows, lashes of my brows, normally they would from here like start curving down a lot like that. I just actually drew that. Instead I just kind of end them right around here like that, so they just go a little farther out, and then I'll connect this top part down like that. The reason I don't like this brow pencil is because it's one of the ones where this is like triangle shaped, and I just feel like I cannot get the like tiny precise lines that I like. I'm very particular about my brows. And then I clean it up with the spoolie end, so then I'll go back and kind of like basically just wipe some off. Okay, so that's how I've been shaping out my brows recently. You can see how they just go like a little more straight across almost than curving down so much. And then I'll go back with the spoolie end and then just brush them up again to make it a little more like natural and blended looking. I did just cave and order the, I think it's Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil because it has such good reviews. I've seen so many people love it, and I just am so frustrated with not having a brow pencil that I love. So we'll see what I think of that one. I am like really in a saving money era and was not excited about the idea of spending like $26 on a brow pencil. I got it from the Sephora sale, so I did get a little bit of a discount, but we'll see if it ends up being worth it. So then next I use the Refi Brow Tint. This is the shade Deep Brown, and this is definitely my favorite brow gel for sort of like a natural brow look. It has the best hold. Like my brows literally will not budge once this dries down, and it gives them sort of that like wet look almost, if you can see what I mean. I don't know how to explain it, but they just look sort of like slick, and I just think it looks so good. I don't usually pencil in the middle at all, but maybe it's just the camera angle, but I feel like they're looking a little like spark. This color also just doesn't match my brows, so ignore everything about this brow pencil, but I'm gonna just fill them in a little bit right here for the video because I feel like they are not looking quite right. And I am just a lip combo girly. No matter how basic my makeup look is, I have to do something on my lips, even if it's just a clear gloss. Like I just love lip products. They're my favorite makeup product. So the basic lip I've been doing, it's actually not basic. This is probably the most complicated part of this whole routine, but I line my lips, and I don't really overline, but you can see how there's like this white space where the pigment of my lip ends like a little bit before my actual lip skin ends, if that makes sense. So I'll just line it to like there. But I try not to go outside of that because I do like to kind of just keep the natural shape of my actual lips. I don't know if I said it, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat liner in Iconic Nude. And my bottom lip, I actually don't like to line the whole thing. I just line the outer edges like here, but I stop like here and here. I don't like to line the middle for some reason. And then I use the Jones Road lip tint in the color Nude Rose. Just like a very sheer sort of like natural finish lipstick thing. And I just tap this on mostly in the middle because this is more of like a lighter pinky color. But I feel like it just gives a really nice natural look. And then on top, I just like to use a clear gloss. So this is the Refi gloss. This is definitely my favorite clear lip gloss of all time. And this, I'll just put like a big blob in the middle basically and smooth it out a little. I actually don't take the gloss all the way to the edges though. I like the look of the gloss just being mostly in the center. And I'll like go like that and sort of smooth it out. So that is actually the entire no makeup look that I do. I hope you guys like it. It is pretty quick and easy. I know that it seems like it took me a long time just now. That's because I was talking through everything, but in reality, I can do this in like 10 minutes in the morning. And it's just like, obviously I'm wearing makeup. Obviously you can tell that I'm wearing makeup, but it isn't a ton of makeup, if that makes sense. I think this is still qualifies as like a very natural look. It just makes me kind of feel like me, but better. If you like this video and you want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much. I love being here. I love doing YouTube because I just get to chat with you for so much longer than I get to on my other platforms. I will add all the products that I used for this look to my Shop My, and I'll put a link for that in the description in case you're interested in any of these products. Some of them are on sale right now at the Sephora sale as well, so if you want them from Sephora, now's a good time to check that out. Okay, that's it. Bye guys.